Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dixie Lincoln Nichols, and today is day 10 of my 30-day YouTube challenge. Honestly, today was the first day that I thought to myself, oh my God, I gotta go do a video. I had a long day. I had lots going on today, and when it was time to get the video done, I felt a bit exhausted. But guess what? That's what a challenge is. Things come up, things pop up, and sometimes you're just not going to feel like doing the thing that you've challenged yourself to do. And you have to move past it with intention. Now, here's the thing. I don't push past anything. I'm not pushing past anything because in Qigong we have a saying, move with intention rather than force. Nothing forced is ever fruitful. And so I'm not forcing myself to do it. I have to come back to the intention. Why did I decide to do this? A challenge popped up today. It was a long day, lots going on. I'm exhausted. Maybe not exhausted, but I'm tired. And here I am recording a video to meet my challenge. So I had to come back to the intention why I decided to do this challenge. And that is I want to be expansive in my work, in my reach. And to do that, I need to be comfortable, at least more comfortable, doing long form and being broadcast to a larger audience, more or less. That is why I'm here. And so, with that intention, I'm able to flow forward, right? Never force. Nothing forced is ever fruitful. Okay. As I sat to record the video, I started thinking to myself, this is good because I don't have to fuss about putting on makeup or dressing up in a certain way or curating my image to be here. Because one of the things and one of the intentions I set was no fuss. This is a fuss-free challenge. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to get in my head. I'm not going to go on about makeup and I'm not going to go on about clothing and what I wear. Just show up. And it brought me to thinking about how I actually started to accept myself in the year 2014. In the year 2014, I purchased myself a magnifying mirror. And so today, what I'm going to do is share 3 ways magnifying mirror works can support you. I know you've heard of mirror works. Maybe you have, or maybe you haven't. But I'm going to share 3 ways magnifying. Underline that word, bold it, magnifying mirror. So back in 2014, I purchased this magnifying mirror, and I remember looking into the mirror for the first time. And whoo, I had to do a drawback because I remember clearly that I saw every single nook and cranny in my face, all the pores, the blemishes, the unevenness, the dark circles, everything was magnified times whatever the magnification of the mirror was. I cannot remember. I still have that mirror and I still use it. But I remember looking in it and thinking to myself, oh my gosh, that's how my skin looks up close and personal. Yeah. And so I did a little bit of a recoil. But here's what I did. I decided to continue looking in that mirror every day. And so I set it up in my bathroom, and that became the go-to mirror for me to brush my teeth, put on my makeup, my AM and PM skincare routine, little glances. It became the mirror. And it's the mirror that I go to every single day. So I've been doing this for 11 years. What I can tell you is that over time, if you do that over and over and over, It transforms your relationship with yourself. It transforms the way you see yourself. It transforms the way you love yourself. And the one great thing I love that came out of this is that it doesn't matter what anybody says about how I look. I am so content with what I see in the mirror that nothing anybody says bothers me in the least. And that's thanks to magnifying mirror works. Not just mirror works, because I have tons of mirrors in my house, but something happened with this magnifying mirror. And so I want to share three things with you that can benefit you by trying mirror works. Like I'm sitting here and I'm not worried in the least about not having on makeup. And if you notice, for all of the videos I've done in this challenge so far, I've not worn makeup, right? But also it also helps that sometimes these filters also do a really good job of making your face look flawless. But even outside of that, I can still do face to face and be okay. Because a lot of my videos is face to face, like the one from yesterday. I taped it in the back camera and it was just what it is, right? You can see my face as is, no makeup, and I'm totally okay with that. Not saying that I don't wear makeup. I do. I wear makeup on occasions. Every once in a while, I get someone professional to do my makeup, depending on where I have to go. My face is a little beat. I can, and I don't do the multiple layers. I just have it done the way that I love in the minimal way that I love. I can do my own makeup as well. But I don't have to have it done, and it doesn't bother me because of my relationship with my face and my body due to mirror works, and especially as I focus on the face, because this is really about the face mostly. Magnifying mirror works. And it can apply to the rest of the body as well, right? But this one is the magnifying mirror works. So the first thing that it can do for you is deepen your self-acceptance. Yes, you will begin to accept yourself in a way that you may not have had before. And so there is nothing like looking into your eyes in a mirror, saying words of affirmation, right? And I just want to say this before I go on. I see magnifying mirrors as affirmations in themselves, right? Because it reflects back to you what you look like in the present, and that in itself is affirming, like, this is who you are, this is what you look like. Love yourself. It's like daring you to love yourself and accept yourself. So, yes, it deepens self-acceptance. And when you say these affirmations to yourself and you are honest with yourself about what you see, and you are in awareness of what you see, and you are acknowledging and accepting what you see, it's easy to take the action, and the action usually is love for yourself. And over time, your self-acceptance begins to grow. You'll find that the things that other people say, what society tells you should look like at whatever age you are, especially as you're growing older, will not matter, not at all. Nothing anybody says can break you because you have created that relationship with yourself. And so it will become easier for you to embrace your changing body, embrace your changing emotions, and also to give yourself more kindness. Be kinder to yourself. Be kinder with your words and be kinder with your actions. So that's the first thing, self-acceptance. The second thing is it builds confidence. It builds confidence in me, the confidence to show up on these platforms without makeup, to go out into public without makeup, to do it over and over and over again, and to be entirely okay with it. It also helps to affirm your worth. It strengthens your voice, that inner voice that we have that's always criticizing. You look in the mirror and you go, I don't like my lips. They're too uneven, or they're too dark, or they're too pigmented, or I don't like my the shape of my eyes or the shape of my nose or the shape of my jaw or my ears looks like an elf or whatever it is you say to yourself that's critical, it helps you to quiet that inner voice and amplify your confidence. That inner voice that comes out and says, girl, you don't look good. Nope, it's gonna get quieted. Trust me. That magnifying mirror that you look into every day will quiet those voices that have you feeling like that makes you feel unworthy. And so it amplifies worth and it sort of rewires your brain from old conditioned thinking about what you should look like at your age, whatever your age looks like, right? Or whatever your age is, right? Sometimes you hear people say, oh, you look good for 51. Well, what does 51 look like? What is 51 supposed to look like? Is there a standard for how you look when you're 51? Is there a standard for how you should look at 61 or 71 or 81 or 91? Right? So when people say you look good for insert number, that's old conditioning, old beliefs. And then if you think that you're supposed to look a certain way, then you expect to look that way when you look in the mirror, right? But when you do magnifying mirror works, you see what you see in real time, in the present, and it deconditions your mind from those old beliefs about what you're supposed to look like at whatever age you're in. And so it helps you also to step into opportunities wherever the opportunities may be. You don't worry about, oh my gosh, I am too old, or I'm not looking the way that I'm supposed to, or I'm not wearing the right makeup, or what have you. And this opportunity is going to be out of my reach because I don't look a certain way, right? It allows you to tap into your intelligence that has nothing to do with your physical features, right? I'm not saying that you have to go anywhere or pursue opportunities looking raggedy. But I'm saying that when you are in alignment with what you look like and you are okay with that, you will have the confidence to go anywhere, be anywhere, pursue anything, anywhere, and be okay with who you are exactly the way that you are. I think something else it did for me was help me to set boundaries for myself and show up confidently, and also, very importantly, to show up authentically. So, looking in the magnifying mirror, being okay with myself helped me to show up confidently, helped me to set boundaries and stick to those boundaries without worrying about what people think of me, and just helped me to show up, period. That's the second thing, build confidence. And the third thing that magnifying mirror works did for me was to strengthen my mind and body connection. There is a powerful mind body connection that happens during the magnifying mirror works. When you look in the mirror, you see yourself again as is in the present. And this is more than just a mental thing, it's a mind body connection and literal embodiment. So you are embodying who you are. You are embodying your image, the image that's reflected back at you. So if you're in a long mirror, and let's just say it's not a magnifying mirror, if it's a regular mirror and it's a long mirror and you're looking at your body, especially for older women as their body changes, the more you do that, the more you will feel comfortable with your body, the more you will feel accepting of your body, the more you feel compassionate toward your body and kind toward your body, the more mind body connection will be happening because it's repetitive and the brain likes repetition. And so, mind body connection, if you ask me, is the ultimate. And it's something that I am incredibly grateful for. And so I'll continue to utilize this mirror. I continue to utilize this mirror. It's a part of my rituals. It's a part of my self-care rituals every day. It's a part of what I do. And I would go so far to say that it's grounding and centering and rooting because when I look in the mirror and I'm not beating myself up about what I see, there is like stress lifted off my shoulder. That's one additional thing that I don't have to carry because believe it or not, there are many people who stress, like seriously stress over their reflections in the mirror, right? And I'm not saying that sometimes there may not be a need to stress. I mean, who wants cystic acne on their face constantly? Who wants to have to deal with things that may be hurtful, right? Because again, cystic acne is painful. And on top of the fact that it's painful, it also leaves blemishes on the skin. And no one wants that, right? But what I am saying is that if you look in the mirror enough, even with the acne and the blemishes and what have you, you'll find more compassion. You don't have to accept the fact that you have acne. You can do something about it. You can seek treatments for it to make it better, to improve the health of your skin. But what I'm saying is that you won't get to the point where you criticize yourself in such a way that it hurts you. It hurts your mind and can possibly hurt your body. By looking in the mirror and staring at what you see and what's present, it allows for more self-compassion. It allows for more kindness. It allows even for gratitude that you're able to do something about it. And that's an ease. That's an ease on the body. That's a weight lifted off of the body. That is a release for the body and less load for the body to have to carry. So try it, particularly, right? And my message goes out to older women, women who are aging and growing older, particularly for older women whose bodies are going through drastic changes as a result of the perimenopausal and postmenopausal process. We're getting older, and these changes can be quite jarring. And again, it can make you recoil because you no longer recognize the image that might be reflected back at you because of all the changes. Some changes happen very gradual, and some changes for people happen very quickly and seems like all of a sudden these changes happen, right? So, yeah, this really is for strengthening your mind-body connection, for building confidence in yourself, and for deepening your self-acceptance. Yeah, that's what I would say magnifying mirror works did for me. Hope that helped. Take care, and I will see you in video number 11. Bye.